Alright, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. And guess what just came in the mail today? Boom. Blue Yeti microphone. So I am super excited about this because for the longest time I've actually just been using my Razer Kraken's microphone. Hold on one second if I can get out. Anyway, I've been using this microphone and like it's not bad, but this is so much better. I actually already did an Audacity test on it, and I'll add a little segment of me just talking to the microphone to give you a little preview of what it sounds like. It sounds so much better than the Razer Kraken headset. Like, I actually like it so much more. Spit's flying everywhere, but it's usually like $120, $130 to get this thing completely new from Blue Microphones. But I got it used on Amazon for only $60, which is actually really great. For the one downside of that is just the fact that it has these like scratches on it, especially here. But it's really not that big of a deal. Like, it doesn't matter because the microphone works great. And it's super useful and it just has awesome quality. So I think a few scratches is easily worth getting it off like 50% pretty much. I also ordered a pop filter, but the thing is, it hasn't come in yet. So whenever I get the pop filter, it is going to be a ton better because it does pop a lot. Like if I talk, like if I'm just like this far away, like you can hear like the pops and stuff. Now I at least had, hold on, I at least had this little foam to put over here. And I also put a rubber band around it because it just slides right off. So for now I think I'm just going to use a sock, but I really don't know. Hopefully it can get here soon. I only ordered it like 2 or 3 days ago, so it got here actually really quickly. I'm going to unplug it real quick. Alright, so check this out. So actually this is the mute button. Actually I'm going to plug it in. Alright, check this out. So on the bottom, you can't see it that well, but if I like undid it, it's kind of hard because you can actually like, this is how you adjust it to tighten it and stuff, but like I undid it all the way and you can actually take this entire microphone off. I'm not going to do it in this video because it's a really big pain to get it back on, but you can take this entire microphone off and put it like on a shock mount, because you can buy shock mounts from the same company that makes the microphone. So anyway, on the bottom here, so you got the USB cable that just goes into your computer because it is a USB microphone, but you also got, I don't know how well you can see that right there. You have a little headphone jack. It's a 3.5mm headphone jack, so you can like hear whatever's being recorded into the microphone. You can adjust the volume of that right there. I'm probably never gonna really use that just personally, but if you're doing like a podcast or something, that's probably when you're gonna want to use that. But since I'm gonna be doing a lot of gaming with it, that's really not gonna be necessary for me. I also have this mute button, but the thing is, it's barely like a button. Like, check this out. So that means it's muted if it's blinking. Hold on. There you go. So if it's just continuous red, that means it's not muted. When it's blinking, it is muted. But just like, look at how little pressure is required to do it. Like, you're not even pressing a button in. You're just like tapping it barely. Like, I don't know. That just really tripped me out whenever I first saw that. But on the back of the microphone, so you have a little gain option. Maybe if you're really far away from the mic, like if the mic's right here, I'm like all the way back here, I'm trying to talk. Turn it around again. You can adjust the gain, which I shouldn't have to do too much of because I'm usually somewhat close to the microphone. But also, the coolest thing about this, it has 4 patterns. So the first one, hold on. Alright, so the first one is stereo, which, from what I saw, it records the front, back, left, and right, so that's good for, like, I think so, like, choir, like, it said acoustic guitar, things like that, which I'm probably never really going to use. The next one is omnidirectional, which means that it records around the entire microphone, which I think is pretty cool. So that's like if you're in, like, right in the middle of a giant band and you want to hear everyone performing, so I think that's cool. So the third one is cardioid. Hold on, let's see if I can get it. Alright, it's somewhat hard. Like, it requires a little bit of force. Let's go on to the next one. Like, just doing it with one hand, I'm kind of struggling, but I'm sure that's just me. So there's cardioid, which just records, turn the microphone around, it just records from the front. So that's if you're doing like a gaming commentary, something like that. So I think that's pretty cool. That's one I'm going to be using most of the time since it's just me. But if I ever had a friend over or something and we wanted to record a gaming video together, I'd probably go with like maybe stereo or omnidirectional. I don't know. I've never tested cardioid with 2 different people. I might do a little test though. Never know. And then the last one is bidirectional, which just records from the back and the front of the microphone. So that's pretty cool if you're doing like an interview or something. Like there's someone on the other side and I'm right here and you just want to do like an interview and we're just talking. So that's pretty cool. So I'm going to go ahead and give you a little sample of what the microphone sounds like. Alright, so this is how the mic sounds. I think it has really great quality. I don't have a pop filter on, so my P's and my F's and stuff like that, it's really like explosive. So hopefully when I get the pop filter, it's a 6-inch pop filter and it has very good performance. So hopefully when I get that, it should be way better and the audio quality sound a lot better. So this is just the raw input from the mic. I'm not editing the quality at all. I'm not doing any type of audio editing, which I probably will do whenever I do my gaming videos just to make it sound better. But I have kind of an echoey area, so that's why my voice has a bit of an echo. Hopefully I can put some like foam stuff, maybe even just a pillow of some sort. You know, that way my voice isn't so echoey. Because I mean, even in just my regular ears, like I can just hear the echo. Because I'll show you right here. So, you know, I got that big area, so my voice goes up there and it just bounces around and it comes back, and that's not very good. So yeah, the Blue Yeti is a very, very popular mic for a lot of starting YouTubers. Of course, there's way more professional options, but this is actually a great USB microphone for a beginner and maybe even advanced, because I mean, I've seen some people do some pretty good audio editing and it sounds like an amazing microphone, which I'm certainly going to do audio editing, but I shouldn't have to that much once I get some, hopefully, foam material and I can put it back there so that my voice isn't echoey, because that's the main problem that I hear in the audio. But it does a really good job at not picking up background noise since it only records from the front of the microphone, so I don't have to worry about the sides and anything like that. So that's one of my favorite features about the microphone. Also, it records from the side. You don't have to have it tipped towards you like this because it doesn't record from the top of the microphone. It records from all the sides, so yeah, I think that's pretty cool, so you don't have to worry about this. Although, this would be a little bit better than this in the sense that this kind of, like here, I'll show you. From my point of view, as you can see, you know, it kind of blocks the computer screen a bit. I mean, when I'm up closer and I'm sitting up, it's not a problem, but whatever. It really doesn't matter. I like the fact that it records, you know, from the front of the microphone and not like this, because, you know, you get all these 4 options, which are pretty cool, and I'm sure I'm going to have a use for all these. Alright, so that's it. This wasn't meant to be like a huge in-depth review about the Blue Yeti. I was just going to announce that it's here, but I decided, you know, why not talk about the little features that it has. So yeah, the audio on my gaming videos should be a lot better. I'm probably even going to film some type of video today. I don't know. I'm going to try to do more gaming now that I have this really good mic. And hopefully in the future I can get a better graphics card and I can play like way better games. So that's kind of my problem right now. I find that sometimes I lag. I've talked about this in a previous video, but sometimes I lag on like games I just randomly find on GameJolt. I'm not saying that GameJolt games are bad, but there's some on there that really aren't that professional, but I still manage to lag somehow. So I really don't know. You know, hopefully I can get a better graphics card. I mean, the one I have now isn't bad, but there's definitely way better ones. I have one that's like, I don't know, $250 or something. You know, it's quite a bit of money, and I'm probably not going to be able to afford that anytime soon until I get a job. But whatever. Anyway, aside from that, Blue microphone, great microphone. I highly recommend it. I think it's great. You know, like I said, I just need to get some foam back there because my voice, it goes back there and then it just echoes around, and I can especially hear it when I like get up close. So thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to drop a like. Subscribe for more content. I'll see you next time.